the school district sign the lease and be responsible for that end of it. We would ask y'all to allow us to have that for no charge.
Okay. And you checked with Benny?
Yes, sir, we got the date secured and we've got the lease signed. We're just asking for this approval.
Did you have something?
No, whatever.
Okay, all right. Any other questions of Jim? All right, do I hear a motion to allow the Plainview Independent School District on behalf of the Plainview Band Boosters to use Valley Liner Center on the day of May 1st, 2021, with no, and waive the fees? Motion made by Commissioner Purnell. Do I hear a second? Second by Commissioner King. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right.
Thank y'all very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Jim. All right, now we'll go back to the top of our agenda. First item is to approve the minutes for the regular meeting of March 22nd, 2021, and special meetings for March 19th, 2021, and March 26th, 2021, and April 1st, 2021. Had those minutes, did I hear a motion that we would accept those motions as presented? Motion made by Commissioner Purnell. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Daniel. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, our next item is our auditor. Hey, the auditor don't have. Next item is our treasurer.
I don't have anything either today, Judge.
Snowing
I seriously better check those lines, see if it's snowing. I've always got some, so, on Friday I presented the Health Center financial, just say.
This is good.
Okay. I did present that Friday, so let me find that. Okay, the March 2021 run report, for the Health Center EMS.
I just
They
watched
had 5 transfers, they had 24 EMS calls, 15 within the city, 9 outside the city for a total of 29 calls. They had 8 no transports for 21 eligible runs. They had a total income of in March of $18,527.52. Total expenses in the amount of $26,676.07 for a negative $8,148.55. Any questions on the Health Center EMS report? Do I hear a motion that we approve that report?
I'll make the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Kelly. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Daniel. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Next item we have is to advertise and take applications for the emergency management and special projects coordinator. Mr. Hippolito has told me that he will retire as of May 31st of 2021. So what I'd like to do is maybe go ahead and get an ad out online in the paper and post it so that we can take applications. Also, Friday we talked about if a couple of the commissioners and I would serve as the hiring board on that, do the interviews and make a recommendation to the board. Anyone want to volunteer to do that? Okay, Jimmy and Harold and I will conduct the interviews as soon as we get them in the paper. We'll run that for 14 days.
Judge, do you have a preference when we should start?
No, ma'am, I would think maybe if you could start, our preference would be to see if we could do the interviews and maybe get someone in place before, the middle of May, so that they could have a couple, there's a class, number one, that they can go to in May. And the other thing is maybe they could, work with Mr. Hippolito, he was still here.
Okay,
And I don't know David's status, I don't know how much time he had, I mean, you know, he may be effective, retiring in May, but I don't know when his actual last day would be. So, all right, we need to vote on that, I guess, so you hear a motion to, advertise and take applications for the emergency management special projects coordinator, and also, have Jimmy Carroll and Ida serve as the hiring. Did I hear that before the motion?
I'll make the motion.
All right. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
All right, second by Commissioner Daniel. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, the next item is the tax cybersecurity training report. I just put that on there basically to remind everyone that we have to have that completed. What's the date?
I'm sorry, Judge?
Is it like June 12th? To
For-
have that cyber security training done?
I think it's the end of June, but I'm honestly not positive.
Okay. Would you go back and look in your emails?
Yeah.
On March 4th, I believe, is when Gina sent the link for you to link in and be able to take that. It takes about, it's pretty close to an hour. I think it's a little longer this year than it was last year, so. But it's important that everyone do that. If any employee that could have access to the county computer has to have it. So that's just a reminder, we don't take any action taken on that. So the next item I have is Texas Plains Trail Region. Get a flyer from them every year. Want to know if we want to join that organization. If we do join, our dues is $2,250. Do I hear a motion as to your pleasure?
Have we ever done this? Nope. Not in all the years me and King have been here, we haven't been
I know. Do I hear a motion? Then I would assume your motion would be to not take any action.
That would be my motion.
Okay. All right, if that's your motion, then we'll just let that thing die and I'll send them a letter saying that we're not interested. Next item is to discuss, this is what we did on Friday, the Health Center Fire Department 2020 annual report, and authorize for the fiscal year 2021 allocation of $12,500. Do I hear a motion that we accept that report and authorize that allocation?
Make the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Daniel. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Kelly. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The next item we have, we talked about Friday, because of the winter storm in February, FEMA was offering grants throughout the whole state, and due to the nature of our not having lots of damage, we decided not to apply for any type of grant money, but I need an authorization to sign a, I don't know, rejection letter, but just a letter stating that we're not going to apply for any of this grant funding.
I'll make the motion.
All right. I have a motion made by Commissioner Kelly, right here, second.
Second.
Second by Commissioner King. Any discussion? Now, we did get some money, or we got declared a disaster area back in like October when we had the ice storm. And I do know that some of the power companies and stuff were able to get some benefits out of that. This is over the storm that we just had, the whole state was frozen over. So, any other discussion? If not, all those,
Can you talk just a little bit louder? I
Okay.
think they're having trouble hearing you.
all those in favor say aye. All those opposed? All right. And then the last item is to discuss the entrances at the courthouse. We talked about this on Friday. We're having some signage made to place at the steps, the three stairways leading up to the first floor. We've also applied for, put in for some signage for the two basement doors to direct people. That's where the entrances are. Doesn't matter what, and then we also talked about the kits to put on the doors here on the first floor that would allow a push bar from the inside to open those doors. You're still gonna have people that walk up the steps. It doesn't matter if there's barrier tape or what, and come in. So if we could get that push bar in place, we could secure those doors from the outside, allow people to exit if there was an emergency. So,
Judges will remain in place for the foreseeable future.
yes, sir. We had talked about this for years as far as helping with our security, and COVID just sort of ushered us into using this, and it's worked. So, like Kenny said, we'll continue to do this. We're just trying to tighten things up and get access for people on the first floor to go out those doors. Okay. Do we need a motion or anything on that? We're just information.
I wouldn't think so, Judge.
Okay. Well, like I said, I told you on Friday, my apologies to anyone that was inconvenienced by that. And so we'll do our best to make the courthouse as accessible as possible and safe. So, all right, no action really on that, just information. That takes us down to our next item, which is the sheriff.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Personnel this morning, the hiring of jailer Justin Rodriguez, effective date 4/1/2021. Non-certified jailer, group 13, step 1, hourly rate of $12.85.
Okay, you've heard the request from the sheriff, of Justin Rodriguez, hiring date 4/1/21. Pay for 13, step 1, $12.85 per hour. I hear a motion that we would approve this. Motion made by Commissioner Cornell, do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Daniel. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Dave. All right, our next item on the agenda is Benny Garcia.
Good morning, good morning.
Morning.
I want to replace the lettering in front of the Airline Center. And they've asked me several people, but I couldn't find nobody. And the ones that I found in Lubbock were very, very expensive. And their quote was $8,500. And then I found a guy here in Plainview that does it. He'll actually paint them instead of being a plastic sign. It'll be painted on there. And that one was $42.89. That's the one I get approved for.
So he's gonna take off what's there and do.
No, we're gonna put over, he's gonna put over a flat metal. And then he's gonna paint it at the bottom, we're gonna put that, he's gonna put it. And it'll be the same size letter as there now.
Who you looking at?
It's a Pedro Salinas. Y'all can look at, y'all get a copy of the quote?
No, I.
Oh, okay.
And, I'd like to have a picture of what it's gonna look like.
So it'll be kind of like this. It's similar to that. Maybe black this time, black letters.
We're talking about a little bit over.
Yes, above the doorway as you drive up. See, where it serves now is plastic, and they're expensive to replace. They're fiberglass.
So what kind of metal, is it gonna use like galvanized or like?
I think it's gonna be a type of stainless steel,
Stainless.
rust proof.
That'd be better.
Have you had any experience with this man in the past?
No, but I see his jobs, his work.
Where is some work?
The front Camp Rock, the Camp Rock sign,
Right
Camp Rock,
here.
yeah, they did that.
Not the mural, but where they
No,
actually had
back
the sign
letters.
redone. Yeah. Yeah, I seen him out doing
He's pretty good.
that. Yeah.
Certainly need to have some work done on it.
Got money in the budget for this?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So that's gonna come out of the Ollie Honor Center budget?
Or should it come out of?
Well, I thought when y'all discussed it on Friday, you had talked about it coming out of, permanent improvement, but you're gonna take it out of your building and
That's-
grounds?
No, we're
That's a
talking
different-
about, we're talking about the lighting.
Well, no, I mean, we also talked about the signage because it's permanent,
Oh,
because it's affixed to the building. So, but if you're gonna take it out of your building and grounds, is
So I'm
where
gonna
you're
use
gonna,
the 1,000 that I have on advertising, and then the rest of the building grounds.
Okay.
just,
All right, you heard the request and seen the quote. Council pleasure. Your motion to allow Pedro Salinas to paint this sign at the Ollie Lunch for a price of for a price.
and where it's,
Let me add
and
the
where
price.
it's being paid for.
Okay, when you could maybe start on this,
He said he could do it pretty quick. He didn't give me a time frame, but he said that he's gonna do it at the bottom and put it up.
Okay, so Pedro Salinas to paint this sign at the Ollie Honor Center for a price of $4,289.96, and it'll be paid for out of the Ollie Honor budget. Yep, need that in the form of a motion. Motion made by Commissioner King. Do I hear a second? Second. Second by Commissioner Kelly. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, thank you, sir.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. All right. Next item we have is Commissioner Precinct 2.
Friday, we discussed the grants for the juvenile probation office. And, I think we gave the amounts, work on the north side would be $10,840. And on the south side, $4,910. But we have decided we'll take this. I think we have to make it ADA compliant.
All right. So what are you putting that in the form of a motion?
Try to get the work done first.
And on Friday, y'all had discussed that, it would probably have to come out of the permanent improvement, and that would be out of the building and grounds for the courthouse. Because that building is part of the courthouse. Right now, there's $110,000 budgeted in there. So, and that depends on whether you're gonna do all of it. You are also, going to pay for the sidewalks that are being done right now to the city of Plainview. And that amount is also budgeted in there. Just to remind you. I believe I wanna say it's about $36,000 is also coming out of that. this year. So, just to remind you.
How much were the rent?
15,750 would be a total. So you have a form of motion to pay out a permanent improvement?
Yes.
All right. Have a motion to approve these, and who's doing the work?
Concrete commission.
Concrete. Okay. Have a motion by Commissioner Kelly to allow concrete connection to install ramps at the north side and the south side of the juvenile probation building for a total cost of $15,750. This would be paid for out of permanent improvements. Do I hear a second?
A second.
Second by Commissioner Daniel. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right. Thank you, Jimmy, for getting those quotes together. Next item we have is Commissioner Precinct 1.
Well, we discussed Friday, Mr. Argo's about the panhandle for the trees and the lights. If they were wanting us to go to, partners with them, one of the arenas was half of that, $7,935. I guess we need to know, or I guess we need to know if we were willing to go in partnership with them.
Just a second, I'm putting my math skills to use.
Their total cost was $79,000. Is that not
No.
what they gave you?
Oh,
I guess that's Well, that's what he said, and that's what I wrote down.
It's $79.85.
So the whole amount is
No,
what?
that's,
Oh,
What,
that's the total bid?
Yes, for what we're gonna do.
$79.85?
We're gonna pay $39.92.50.
Is that the dumpsters? What is that?
Well, I was having a heart attack on Friday, but I wasn't given so I didn't have any of the figures. And I believe he said 79,000 when he presented it, and so my heart kind of dropped a little bit.
He may have said that, but we all were looking at that form, and it's all 79.
So the bid for the one is $79.85, and then the other one was $14,861.
Oh, we're only going in with what they're gonna pay half of,
Okay,
which would be the
we're
79.
going in with the number one option.
okay. Well, I'll get a copy of that.
Okay, are you, putting that in the form of a motion?
Putting that in the form of a motion.
All right. Have a motion by Commissioner King, do I hear second?
David, you also have to include in there where you're gonna pay for that from. And that's what I was getting to in permanent improvement. When y'all discussed that the other day, there is only $5,000 budgeted, so
Okay.
in the Ollie Liner Center, it'll come out of Fund 11.
Well, I would assume we'll pay for it out of that since there's the funding and there is.
I think that's why I was concerned Friday, because I thought there was not enough in there Friday.
Okay, so, have a motion, to pay the $39.92.50, in conjunction with the matching, amount of money from the parade of breeds to, change out 6 existing features and add 6 more LED fixtures over the ring arena. Got your second? Second by Commissioner Cornell. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right. And then the last item, from Commissioner Precinct 1, interlocal agreement with the city of Plainville.
This is actually one of 2 interlocal agreements that I've been working with the city on. And this one actually is a tail to what the city seal code thing is. We tried to, and I picked out roads from everybody to put in this deal as an add-on to the city seal code. but the cost was so expensive because other than my precinct for this one is not encircled around Lakeview, and that's where the biggest part of the roads were. The other one is coming probably in the next commissioner's court, will be a interlocal agreement for all the precincts to use the chip seal from the city, and we'll still do the rock and roll ourselves. But this one, for me, is for, I picked, for me, it came out to West Ridge Road, south of Southwest 3rd Street, and Fisher Street, north of East 24 to 34th Street. And the total cost of that is $39,780 for them to seal coat those two roads.
And we still furnish the gravel and all, or?
No, this will be, this, they furnish and everything, this will be the same, this will be Freeman Paving, who does all the city's seal coat, will do those two roads for $39,780.
One course or two?
I think just one.
So we're not paying any money, we're just entering into an agreement with the city because this is in the county.
Yes, well, we're doing the interlocal agreement, which in turn the city will pay for it and then turn around and bill us for the $39,780. And I don't know if y'all want to do it, y'all just tell me what y'all think.
It's coming out of Road and Bridge.
Yeah, it'll come out of that, fund.
18.
All right, so that's in the form of a motion?
Yeah.
Okay. We have a motion by Commissioner King, do I hear a second? Second by Commissioner Kelly. Any discussion?
Has Jim looked at that interlocal
I
agreement?
assume they've been talking back and forth between them and the city.
I would probably put that in the motion that after Jim reviews and
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
after Jim's review.
But like I say, the next interlocal agreement, I believe, will be the one for the chip sealing machine that we can, because it's better than the one we got that we can all use anywhere in the precinct, anywhere in the county.
All right. Then have a motion and a second on this interlocal agreement, and the expense of $39,780. Also, we'll have Jim approve the interlocal agreement once it's approved, before it's completed. So, any other questions?
And that'll be paid to the city of Lakeview.
Yes. That's something that's mentioned when we go to the budget. We need to look at doing that line item. You'll tag along when the city does their bids, and then we can go past what I've got here, we can actually have them come in, and we can get a better cost for all of our roads.
Okay. All
Me and Jeff have been working on this for about a year and a half, trying to figure out what this we can go together and do it.
All right. Have a motion and a second. No other discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right. That concludes our agenda today. I appreciate everybody being here. We'll stand closed or adjourned at 9:38 a.m. Thank y'all. It is. We all there, Carl?
We are now. Yes.